Hey everybody, and welcome to an episode of Tacoma Cyclist. I'm Tacoma Cyclist, and that's the Boogeyman. You might be asking yourself, why are we sitting on the trainers when it's 55 degrees and sunny outside today? And it's because it's for you. It's for science. And that is because I'm going to post my final review on these pedals. I'll get you a better view of that. What are these pedals? They are the Favero Assioma Duo power meter pedals. I got these to replace a pair of Dura Ace that wore out at like 3 years and 2 days. 2 days past the warranty. So it is what it is. But I needed new pedals, and frankly, I figured I'd give these a try. So what's the deal about these? First of all, check up there, because I've already posted a video about the unboxing and the installation. I'm not going to go through all that stuff, other than to say that installation of these pedals is super easy. And in fact, if you look behind me, that's my TT bike. Well, it doesn't have any pedals on it right now, and that's because when we start doing TTs, and we got some of those coming up, these pedals are going to go on that bike, and it'll take all of like a minute and a half to swap them over. So, super easy. Swap them over, do a zero offset. It's called a calibration, but it's not really calibrating. Anyway, so what's my impression of these? They're pedals. They work. They read power. They work. They're actually pretty cheap. They're priced pretty favorably comparing to like the PowerTap P1s and to the Garmin Vector 3s. Considering how many people tell me stay away from both of those, seems to be a no-brainer. Now, what are some of the catches here? What's the downside to them? Okay, well, first of all, you got these funky charging cables. It's not the end of the world, but they're not just a replaceable battery. So if you're out and about and your power meter's dead, your power meter's dead. Just deal with it. I know what that means. It means your race is over. You may as well just pack it up and go home. Because if you can't put it on Strava and you can't show your power profile, you didn't actually do any work. So check your charge. Now, that being said, I'm going to do something kind of weird here. I'm going to connect to the app. The app is okay. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. So I open the app and I select the little icon, and it'll show the pedals, and it's going to show me the battery level. I have not charged these since I bought them. I mean, I bought them, I charged them, and this is the charge that I have left. That's been over a month, so it's not bad. I would say, honest to God, if you get these pedals and you run out of charge before a race, that's your own dumb fault. Smack yourself. Now, the good thing about the little chargers is that they're USB based. Long cables that plug into USB, 5 volt. So if you've got one of these battery packs, you can just take it around with you from time to time, like if you're traveling or charge them in the car. You can do that too. You can get enough charge on them in about 5 minutes, probably to make it a good 30-minute crit. So worst comes to worst, as you're getting ready, charge your batteries with a battery pack, or plug them into your cigarette lighter, you're good to go. That's the biggest downside to me. There is a downside that's me, it's a personal preference, and that is the clipping and unclipping. Now, something I want to show you is, walk with me. I'm also going to show you our new pain cave setup. Ooh, look at that. Look at all the screens everywhere. Speakers, pretty good setup. All right, the cleats that come with these are these Favero jobs. And they do the job just fine. But I do have issues with them. They're not great. These are Look Keo cleats. Specifically, they're the Look Keo grip cleats. And I had heard from a variety of sources online that they wouldn't work. Clip in one, clip in two. Now, I'm not a sprinter. I'm not going to pull out of these anytime soon. I never ran that risk. I'm kind of a lightweight dude. They clipped in just fine for me, like no issues whatsoever. The first one or two clip-ins, you kind of had to seat it and then pop it in. After that, it worked every time. These Favero cleats, I mean, first of all, it's got the name pedo in the name. I don't know about that. Favero. They don't have, like this gray stuff here, that's not anti-slip treatment. In the Pacific Northwest here, when you stop on like any surface and it's wet and you don't have grip, well, let's just say I may have said a couple bad words and almost wiped out. I didn't, but it's worth noting. 25 bucks for the Look Keo cleats. I got the grays, that's got 4.5 degrees of float. Seems to be about the same amount of float as on those Favero cleats, and Bob's your uncle. All right, one more minor thing here. I'm gonna try to aim my camera down. Yeah, let's see if you can see that. See that orange flashing light? Some of us have light sensitivity. When I was a little kid, I used to get seizures from lights. Now I just get migraines. Well, a flashing light triggers a migraine for me. So, especially on flashing lights that are on my peripheral. Those are enough that here in the pain cave, I really got to be focused up here. If I look down a little bit, the lights get in my eyes. I don't like flashing lights, they drive me nuts. And they can cause challenges for me. So, I don't know why the flashing lights are that needed, especially on the top. Maybe put them on the back or on the front or something, I don't know. Small point, it only affects a few of you, but might be worth noting. Worst comes to worst, covered up with a little electrical tape. Okay, accuracy. Let me try to get this. All right, see if you can see both of those at the same time. Now, this is a very unscientific way of exploring this, and bear in mind, this cycling computer is connected to my trainer, which I've already reviewed and checked for accuracy against my Quark. And it's incredibly accurate. It's within plus or minus 1%. The computer is going to respond faster. The cycling computer is going to respond faster than Zwift is. But notice, whatever the cycling computer changes to a number, the Zwift setup changes to a number almost identical to it right after it, within 1 or 2 watts. Again, not very scientific, but you don't want to see me flipping through Golden Cheetah, lining up all the dots. What I will tell you is these are accurate. They're incredibly accurate. I've compared them to my Quark side by side. I've done double recorded rides. I got a couple other cycling computers down there, if you can see them. I've done double recorded rides where I recorded both. I've recorded against the trainer. I used Golden Cheetah to line them up. Here's what I noticed. On sprint level efforts, these are going to tend to record a couple percentage points higher. So if you're doing 800 watts on a sprint, these might read 810 to 815, whereas a Quark or my trainer is going to read 800 to 805. That's to be expected. They're directly connected to my feet. There's no transmission line loss, whereas there is on a crank-based, spindle-based, or wheel-based power meter. So, They tend to read just a touch higher, only on those sprint efforts. On everything else, there was no variation. It was dead on accurate with the Quark. So super impressed by that, because that Quark is, as far as I'm concerned, the gold standard. There's very little better. Maybe SRM, but you're going to pay 3 times the price. A lot of you are going to use these pedals to connect to that thing, or Zwift. Now, if you look, there's my Ant Plus dongle. I usually keep the Ant Plus dongle kind of looped up in the back side of the trainer there, because you want the Ant Plus dongle to be as close to the source as humanly possible. I did find when I had the Ant Plus dongle looped up in the back of the trainer, I would get dropouts, using the pedal as a power source. Enough dropouts that it was kind of frustrating. So I moved the cable down there, and that seems to have fixed all the dropouts. I've even raced with it like that, done group rides, you know, things where I wouldn't take a chance, and I haven't had a single dropout since. So, as with all things Ant Plus or Bluetooth, connectivity's king. So make sure you got that dongle in a good place, otherwise you might find yourself having dropouts. You're going to want to test that. Don't do it on a race as your first experiment. Connectivity with the head unit, it's been great, flawless, no problems. It does do power balance, it does torque efficiency, it does pedal smoothness, all of those things. So if you're keen on data and you really want to understand what your data means and it's doing, then you're cool. You can use that. You can explore all that data in Golden Cheetah later. If your head unit supports it, it's right there in your head unit while you're riding live. Make sure you look up or you'll crash into things. So, what's my verdict on these? They're cheap, comparatively. They're reliable, so far. If you get the cleats, the Kios, I think those are better. They, as far as I'm concerned, they clip in and out easier too. Not unsafely easy, not like they accidentally clip out. They just pop right out like you would expect. Whereas the Expedos, you kind of have to like pop it out and you might accidentally clip right back in. Spend the extra 25 bucks. Good units. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. If you're looking at a power meter, consider these, because they're a power meter. Double-sided, true dual-sided, and accurate as heck. So, like two thumbs up. Now I got 2 power meters on my bike, actually 3 when I'm on the trainer, so I got my choice. Of course, one other quick question I know I'm going to get, does it read cadence? Yes. Is the cadence sensor accurate? Yes. It's got accelerometers built in. It reads that cadence just fine. I've never had it deviate anything crazy. So, short answer is, if you're looking for pedal-based power meters, there's 3 or 4 options. I think these are a really good choice. Spend the extra 25 bucks, get the other cleats. You got yourself an awesome set of power meters that you can take from bike to bike to bike. Spindle is serviceable. It'll last you potentially a lifetime. Okay, so that's it for now. That's we're going to sign off. We're going to continue doing our glass cranks ride, which is just easy spinning today. And then next week is a really solid block for me, so wish me luck. Until then, you know, if you like the video, hit like. That helps us a lot. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. I got more reviews coming, including, you may have seen that sneak preview of that Hammerhead Karoo 2. That's coming real soon. I'm done with my evaluations. So subscribe and you'll catch that. If you didn't like the video and you're thinking about pressing that thumbs down button, just know that if you press the thumbs down button, the puppy dies. And you don't want that. Don't do that. Other than that, we're out. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you guys again soon.